Well, the country is expected to hear from the South African Reserve Bank Governor today on the country's interest rates. It's most likely to be a rate hike of around 50 basis points or 0.5%. Now, how that impacts us and our pocket is what is on most consumers' minds, including how, if you own a car and have any kind of vehicle financing, what's going to happen to that. I'm joined now, in fact, by Wesbank's Lebogang Gaoaketse from Wesbank. Lebo, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Let's talk about that a little bit. You know, when interest rates are low, people want to get some kind of asset. We spoke about homes earlier, but cars are also really popular and a necessary mode of transport. Have we seen an increase in the number of people who are taking out car loans and buying vehicles in this last quarter?
Good afternoon, Kopano, and thank you for having me on the show, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. Over the past quarter, past 3 months to be specific, from Jan to March, if I can mark it, we have seen an increase in consumer confidence for vehicles, that is specifically. We are seeing it through an increase in our vehicle applications. So the market is slowly starting to open up. People are slowly starting to trust that they can get a vehicle again. We are seeing those numbers slightly increasing.
So even with an increase in the rates, I know we've had historically low interest rates right now, but vehicle financing interest rates are on the higher end, at least, of rates. So as we look towards this increase, and people might be paying about 10.5% or 11% interest on their vehicles, do you expect that there's still going to be as much interest?
To be quite honest with you, the MPC has been playing it very safe, with increasing by 25 basis points at each turn, which has kind of like managed, consumer confidence. And with the rate announcement later on today, predicted at 50 basis points, we think that might directly impact consumer confidence. People will obviously hold on, apply less for cars. So we will definitely see a decrease, because when you're faced with, do I buy food, do I get a new car? Let's wait. So we are anticipating that there will be a decrease in the demand for vehicles based on the next possible increase, whether it's 25 basis points, whether it's 50 basis points. And obviously, not barring the fact that there's a lot that entails owning and running a vehicle.
Absolutely, and you raise a very valid point. People are deciding between paying for their vehicle or buying food. And so do you see, as Wesbank, an increase in perhaps repossessions, or people just returning their cars saying, no, we'd actually prefer to downgrade our vehicle so that we're paying a little bit less?
Actually, quite interestingly, Wesbank has been flexible when it comes to, relooking at payment arrangements as such, because we do understand that a lot of people have been in quite a fix with the unemployment rate as a result of COVID, and just the general unemployment rate in South Africa. So during the COVID period, you would know that we were flexible around payment arrangements. And so we continued on that journey to be more understanding. I mean, there's instances we view each case on its merit and make a decision there, as opposed to applying a blanket approach to say, we give you 3 months, you can't pay, we come in for your car. So based on the flexibility that we've applied, we have seen a decline in repossessions. Which then implies that, as consumer confidence decreases, we will not shift that view that we have on how flexible we are in terms of payment arrangements. So we should be essentially repossessing less. I mean, on average, and I don't want to be quoted on these figures, I'm just making an example. If we're repossessing around 2,000 cars a month, that has drastically dropped to, let's say 1,700 even. And these are not actual figures. I'm using them as an example, so I don't want to be quoted on that. Just to paint a picture that we have become more flexible when it comes to payment arrangements. We are extending them. As I said, we're looking at each case on its merit because people have been faced with different sort of situations, if I can put it that way.
Yeah, that's true, and the situations will continue. Lebogang Gaoaketse from Wesbank, thank you so much for for your time. That's all from us at the Business Desk. Hugo?
Kopano, thank you very much.